You know that feeling. The alarm clock screams. It's a declaration of war against your entire being. That moment isn't a battle of wills. It's a battle against the very laws of physics. The monumental, soul-crushing effort it takes to throw off the covers and put your feet on the floor feels like you're trying to achieve escape velocity. For years, you thought you were lazy, weak, unmotivated. Science has good news. It's not your fault. You're not lazy. You're just obeying the fifth fundamental force of the universe, procrastination. What if your desire to do it tomorrow wasn't a personality flaw, but a law of nature as real as gravity, a cosmic meh that holds the entire universe in its comfortable, apathetic grip? Act 1. The Somnus Coefficient. Forget the four fundamental forces you learned about in school. There is a fifth, and it is by far the most powerful, the procrastination force. It's governed by a simple, brutal law, the law of preserving the initial state. An object at rest really wants to stay at rest. To measure this, scientists don't use joules or newtons, they use the Somnus Coefficient, a measure of an object's inherent unwillingness to change. And we quickly discovered that this coefficient is not uniform. Your bed, for instance, has the highest Somnus Coefficient of any known object in the universe. It doesn't just have mass, it has an active, almost malevolent field that resists any attempt to leave it. It's a gravitational well of just 5 more minutes. Coffee, on the other hand, doesn't give you energy. That's a myth. It's a catalyst that temporarily lowers the Somnus Coefficient of the objects around you. The coffee doesn't wake you up, it just makes your boring work report slightly less unwilling to be written. This discovery triggered a new industrial revolution. Motivation engineers created new low-coefficient alloys for tools and machinery. The greatest challenge in modern rocketry wasn't calculating thrust, it was convincing a multi-ton rocket that it really needed to get up and go to work today. Act 2. The Big Nap. For a while, we adapted. We learned to work with the universe's crushing laziness. But we missed a crucial side effect. A force this powerful must have a cost. Our friend, the stickman physicist, returned, and this time he wasn't laughing. He held up a chart of the second law of thermodynamics. The universe is supposed to end in heat death, a state of maximum chaotic entropy. But the procrastination force had found a loophole. It was creating a shortcut to a far worse, far more pathetic end. The force wasn't just passive resistance, it was an active energy sink. Every time the universe procrastinated, every time a particle decided not to move, it consumed a tiny bit of the universe's total energy. And we started to see the effects. The speed of light was slowing down. Not by much, but it was measurable. Light from distant galaxies was arriving billions of years late for its appointment, like a student who overslept. The expansion of the universe, once thought to be accelerating, was now hitting the snooze button. The universe wasn't heading for a fiery death or a cold, chaotic end. It was slowly, quietly deciding to just not bother anymore. We weren't doomed to the big rip or the big crunch. We were doomed to the big nap. Act 3. The Universal Tomorrow. The Great Slowing, as it was called, was not a bang. It was a global, collective sigh. It started at the cosmic scale. Stars, the engines of the universe, didn't go supernova. They just decided to put off fusing hydrogen. They quietly fizzled out like a brilliant idea you were going to write down, but then you lost the pen. Planets drifted from their orbits not because of a gravitational anomaly, but because maintaining a stable orbit just seemed like a lot of work. On Earth, the final stage of humanity wasn't a struggle for survival, it was a struggle to care. The motivation to do anything became insurmountable. Why build a future when you could just sit here? The last great works of art were never finished. The last great scientific questions were never answered. The last human argument ended with one person saying, whatever, you're right. The end of everything wasn't a moment of cosmic terror. It was the quiet, cold stillness of a Sunday afternoon with nothing to do, stretching into eternity. The final conscious thought in the universe wasn't a prayer or a curse or a profound revelation. It was, I'll deal with this tomorrow. And then tomorrow never came.